Welcome to week 5 of our Real Relationships series. This week, our theme is Real Relationships Recognize God's Presence. We will have different couples sharing with you their perspective on how to recognize God's presence in what's going on. Let's first get started with the Martins.
All right, week 5, we made it. Okay, so Esther, how have you dealt with past hurts in your relationship?
I think after conversation and really getting it out there that there has been hurt and dealing with that and not just sweeping it under the rug, choosing to forgive and choosing to let it go so that it's no longer something you're saying is going to be in the present or is going to be a part of this relationship, but choosing to say that we're dealing with it or we have dealt with it and it's gone, I think has been the most healing and helpful way.
Yeah, for myself, there's definitely 2 lists here. There's a list of all the ways I have not dealt with it in a healthy way. Rather be silenced from the family. I say drinking, but I've never been drunk before, but sometimes in the evening, going to that option just to have relief has been something I haven't been proud of in the past. Positive ways, just hardcore forgiveness. And what my buddies say, sometimes just hulking through it. You just got to hulk through it and to forgive when it doesn't feel like you want to forgive. And I've had to realize I've had to forgive multiple times. I will say in my mind, and I'll confess it outwardly, I forgive this individual. But I realized that I was doing a lot of lip service and my heart really wasn't changed. And we had a big test of that in the beginning of our relationship, where we had to put that into practice. And it was time. And I think what I kind of learned from that is forgiveness just takes time, and just to not rush forgiveness, just to check it off the list, but to let the Lord do a really good, deep heart healing, which took me, over probably a year and a half for this situation.
For ours or for the business one?
For the business that happened to us.
Mm-hmm. And something I saw cool that happened for him in that hurt was actually choosing to bless the people that hurt us in that, and not just saying I have forgiven, but actually doing an action and blessing them in a physical, tangible way, which blew my mind. And I still don't know if I could totally do that, but was really impactful to me to see how you could forgive. And
I definitely, this is not a recommendation, do this. I don't actually think it's what people should be doing, but in this certain situation, the only way I could forgive this individual was to actually bless him with what he stole from us. And that finally set me free. How do you keep and strengthen your current relationship? How do we keep and strengthen our current relationship? What would you say?
I think communicating communicating our needs quickly, mm-hmm. and not letting things fester or just kind of prolong. I think the faster that we communicate that either something is not working or has been hurt or needs time and attention, it has been really helpful. Date nights, we say that. Keep saying that. But something that I am kind of trying and wanting to try more is some stuff that dinner's ready. Is that I listened to this podcast or this video from Focus on the Family, where this woman was talking about blessing her husband through words and like praising him through actual physical words. And sometimes when she didn't feel like he deserved it or needed it, mostly deserved it, that like trying to find things that were good and true and bringing life to your marriage through the blessing of positive words. And I think, and that's something that I really want to try to do more of and get better at, and just bringing joy and fun and life into our marriage through that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we actually recorded this one a couple times, to be honest. But this time that I'm thinking about this, I think the greatest strength I've ever felt was when I focused on serving you. When my goal during the day was to just unselfishly serve and not look at me and what can I give myself out of this day. It was how could I serve Esther. And funny enough, like I became the happiest Travis I think I've ever been when I outwardly just focused on serving the family and put their needs before mine. Somehow I ended up still getting my needs and being happier when I did that. And I'm working on that because I am horrible at it. And then realizing what, Esther's love languages are, or what your spouse's love languages are. And I'm getting better at words of affirmation. I am horrible at them. And then trying to do at least 3 hugs a day. That's something I'm working on. So we've definitely got our work cut out for us. But
This is definitely an area that I think we're really needing to and trying to grow in.
And we've said this before in these videos, but like we're really excited to see what other people say, because we're going to be taking notes through this whole process to really find ways we can keep strengthening our relationship, because we want to find that. It's the only one we've got, so we want to do it the best we can.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's week 5.